Hey, what's crack-a-lackin' YouTube? Dylan here, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 trolliest decks, or not really trolliest, top 10 most annoying decks to play against in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, here at number 5, we're going to do a duel against AI Kaiba with all of the decks, but here at number 5, we have Monarchs. Now, Monarchs aren't as bad as any of the others on the list. Obviously, it's number 5, but it's still pretty annoying to play against. I got a bad hand. I'm gonna have to redo the duel if I lose this. Ooh, that's gonna help a lot. 1 for 1. And then you want to activate Edia's effect. Meow Mystical Space Typhoon on his face down. And what do we have in here? Erebus. I don't know his effect, so I'm just gonna say no. So this right here is a Mega Monarchs deck. It's based around summoning the Mega Monarchs. Oh, well, that was decent. And I'll add Caius to my hand. Caius the Mega Monarch to my hand. The reason this is annoying to play against is because it's based around tribute summoning like a bunch. And I'll send original or Prime Monarch and card that I don't want, so probably Tenacity. I'll choose from field. And I'll choose you. And I'll activate that effect and that effect. No, for Pantheism, I'll choose this, because I really want Domain right now. So I'll choose I'll choose 3 Domains, so he has no choice but to add Domain to my hand. Then I'll activate Eidos' effects, Spider Summon Edia. Now I can activate that. Now I'll no. Now I'll banish these 2. So, yeah, as you can see, this is a really bad deck to play against. This is a really annoying deck to play against. Right when you think you have the upper hand, you don't. Well, that only happens sometimes, but still. And I'm gonna have to move this up, because I can't see the life points. Activate the effect of the Prime Monarch. Well, I won't activate the effect, because I can't activate the effect, but I'll activate it itself. So yeah, and I'll be right back for number 4. Alright, so for number 4, we have 2 different decks. Now, since we have 2 different decks, I'm just gonna have them duel against each other. And actually, I am playing probably my favorite deck out of all the Yu-Gi-Oh decks. This is probably my favorite one. So these two, actually, let me switch my deck, because I don't really like this deck. Alright, I just didn't like that deck as much. I like this deck a lot more. And so first off, we have, for number 4, we have Lightsworns. Now, Lightsworns are based on getting your cards, your deck, sending all the cards on the top to the graveyard until you have 4 or more Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard. Right now I have 1. Judgment and Dragon doesn't count because he doesn't have Lightsworn in the name. And once you have 4 or more Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon the Judgment Dragon. And the Judgment Dragon is really good too, because once you have him on the field, you can pay 1,000 life points as many times as you want per turn to destroy all cards on the field except for him. So anyway, the second deck is Dark World. Oh, it crashed. Alright, yeah, well that crashed, so we're gonna have to restart the duel. And another really good card in the Lightsworn deck is Raikou, because he's basically a trap, but in monster form. So he's like a monster trap. Instead of a trap monster, he's more of a monster trap. Because if he's attacked, it says flip. He's got the flip effect. Apply these effects in sequence. You can target, means you don't have to, but you can target 1 card on the field, destroy that target, and then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. The reason that's so good is, well, you can probably guess. But Dark Worlds are also really annoying. I'd say Dark Worlds are just as annoying, if not more annoying, because they literally just send your whole hand to the graveyard. It's based on sending their hand and the other hand to the graveyard. They also have a really easy to get out and really annoying boss monster, Grapha, Dragon Ruler of Dark World. And it's hard to get around too, because he's so strong, especially with Gates of Dark World on the field. That brings him up to 3,000 attack. And no one wants to deal with a 3,000 attack dragon monster that once it's sent to the graveyard, you can just bring it back next turn, because you can just summon a Dark World monster and send it back to your hand, which essentially is just broken. Phone. Yeah, phones are annoying. And when Grapha is sent to the graveyard, which is the whole point, to get him in the graveyard. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can destroy any 1 card on the field. I do play Dark World, so I have to admit. Look at how horrible this is. I don't know what they selected with. But see? He just sent the card back to his hand to special summon Grapha from the graveyard. So anyway, that's number 4. Now for number 3. Alright, so at number 3 we have a deck called Express. Now Express is based around easily getting out level or rank 10 Xyz monsters, which is, if you can't tell, really good, because it's rank 10. And another thing that's really good about Express is that you're gonna put a lot of effect negating cards like Forbidden Chalice and Skill Drain, for the one reason that a lot of the cards have to be summoned and they'll have a really bad effect because of it. They'll have an effect that weakens them or something. So you activate a card like Forbidden Chalice or Skill Drain to negate the effects, and they're just instantly good. They're just it's just overpowered once you do that. Oh. Well, that didn't work. I thought I could do that. Oh. Maxi isn't a machine type. I didn't know it had to be a machine type. So, yeah. That's the Express deck. Just have to finish the duel. Shouldn't take that long. The deck that Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro made also comes with Shadows, because there's a lot of Earth monsters in there, and El Shadow Construct needs a Shadow monster and an Earth monster. And there's also a lot of sending to the graveyard in this deck, which Shadows are based around that and flip effects. So, that's really good. Yep, that's about it. Next. Alright, so this next one is actually a lot more than 2 decks. These are the special win condition decks. I wasn't going to fill up the whole list with the special win conditions, but the special win condition decks are definitely really, really annoying, because a lot of decks are based around like attacking, getting your opponent's life points to 0. These, they're based around winning by the effect of a card. I'm playing my favorite against my second favorite. I'm playing Hiraki FTK versus Exodia Library. I'm not sure what ban list the Exodia Library deck goes by, but the Exodia, or the Hiraki FTK deck that I have, it's it plays by unlimited. Well, shoot. I got a bad hand. Oh, it wouldn't appear that way, but I did. And this is also an OTK, this is also an FTK deck right here. Exodia Library is, but it's a lot harder to pull off an FTK.
What is an FTK?
FTK stands. Who's an Exodia? Who's a Yu-Gi-Oh player and doesn't know what FTK means? No, not lots of people. Well, this turn's gonna take forever, so I'm just gonna pause right here. Well, he just got Exodia on me, but I want to win, so I'm just gonna play again.
Well, how do you like my...
Alright, so, and it crashed. That is the second time it crashed on me. It's annoying. So, a Hiraki deck is basically a deck based around getting out the Creator God of Light Hiraki, or if you don't know how to get that out, you need to get it on the field. By the way, you need to get all 3 Egyptian gods on the field, which seems like a task, but with this deck, it's really easy. They make it really easy in this deck. So what you want to do in this deck is you want to get Slifer and Obelisk in the graveyard along with 3 other monsters. So right now I've got the 3 monsters, and you want Winged Dragon of Ra in your hand. So Slifer's in the graveyard. Now I just need Obelisk in the graveyard. And then once you've gotten the monsters you need in the graveyard, I just can't draw any of the cards I need. Alright, so there's Ra. There's Obelisk. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna activate Dark World Dealings, put Obelisk in the graveyard. Now I'll activate Soul Release. Choose 5 of your monsters. Make sure Slifer and Obelisk are 2 of those 5 monsters. So you want to choose Slifer, Obelisk, and 3 other monsters. You want Winged Dragon of Ra, Hiraki, and any card to special summon your cards. Mainly Dimension Fusion or Return from the Different Dimension. So right now I've won, but just for fun, let's draw the last card in my deck. One Day of Peace. Alright, now so we'll tribute the 3 other monsters that aren't Egyptian gods for Winged Dragon of Ra, because he can't be special summoned. So, and then you'll tribute Obelisk, Ra, and Slifer. Special summon the Creator God of Light Hiraki, and you win the duel. And we've got one more deck, and I'll be right back for that last deck. Alright, so this last deck is BujIns. I don't know why a lot of people don't give this credit for being annoying, because holy crap is it annoying. It's based off of getting all the BujIns cards in the graveyard. You want Bujin Yamato on the field. Bujin Yamato is the main card in the deck, and you want to get all the BujIns, I'm pretty sure it's all the BujIns cards, onto the field. In the graveyard, I mean. This is basically a lockdown deck, which, if you don't know, lockdown decks are very annoying. So you'll want to activate Bujin Yamato's effect every turn. Choose one of the BujIns cards, like Bujingi Hair is a really good one. And then you want to send it to the graveyard, because almost all the BujIns cards have effects that activate in the graveyard. I could do that, but I want to activate Honest instead. This is a very annoying deck to play against. I've played against it billions of times. It just gets more annoying the more you play it. and I'll add yet another Bujin Yamato. Oh, I forgot, you can only control one Bujin Yamato. Okay. Well, that stinks, but I don't care because I just won. Anyway, that was the top 5 most annoying decks to play against. And if you want to know the order, because this video is kind of all over the place, the order is down in the description. Thanks for watching. Dylan2003 out.